Hello, you guys. Welcome to
Hello.
welcome to our podcast that we still don't have a
Welcome.
name for. I
Yep.
guess we're calling it MissThis.
For now, it's MissThis.
Yeah. Oh man. So we had some pretty cool things that we got to do this week, and yeah. Forgive me if you hear my dog chewing on a rubber ball in the background. He's
I actually don't hear it.
That's good. He's really going for it right now. So, all right.
Going for it?
Yeah,
Dope.
going for it. I put it's like that Kong thing that has the cookie in it.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
I know. Well, and it really keeps him preoccupied for a while, but then when the cookie gets stuck way up in there, he makes these god awful noises because his teeth are scraping on the rubber.
Mm-hmm. Does he get the cookie eventually?
He does. He's very smart.
He's smart.
He's very smart.
I've sometimes put peanut butter in ours.
Oh, I've done that too before, but then it gets all lodged in there.
It does. It's disgusting.
I know.
And they'll get a little bit of it, and then they're I'm over this because there's no way I'm going to get the rest.
Obi tries to lick it until the last drop is in there, but it still has this residue. And then does your rubber Kong thing, does it get all hairy from them rubbing it around on furniture and stuff?
Yeah, it's so disgusting.
It's so nasty. So I just cleaned it off before I gave it to him. But yeah, there you go, guys. Slice of life.
There you go, Kongs. Check them out.
They're super awesome, especially if you have a dog that likes to chew things.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
All right, so what's new in Star Wars land for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, not a lot since last week.
Yeah.
I still have not watched Tross.
I do not have the cojones to watch Tross.
It's an emotional commitment and time commitment for me.
Yeah.
And it's when I could sit down and watch it, I get too afraid.
Yeah. Oh no, I do not have the emotional capacity for it yet at all.
Yeah. And then sometimes I think maybe I'll just watch a piece of it, but
yeah, how about I just replay the kiss over and over and over again? And that's the end of the movie.
I know that's the thing. If you watch it until, I don't know, your favorite part or whatever, for me, it's when they're reunited, but it's at the end.
Yep.
My voice is screwed up. Right before it gets bad.
Right before
so you can't watch it until that part, and that's one of the really good scenes. So I have not watched it yet.
Exactly. Well, and then you have to pause it at a perfect time, or else, yeah, we could spend all day complaining, but we will not.
That's true. Let's not.
let's not, because my heart cannot take this.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. Oh, but I did watch, and I know you're making your way through Clone Wars right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the final episode.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have your mind blown.
I can't wait.
It's incredible. The whole last season is amazing, but the last 3 or 4 episodes have just been spectacular. And the final one, the last scene, you will lose your mind.
Shoot.
Be prepared, because to me it's major world between worlds implications.
Okay.
Which is in a roundabout way very good for future storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was amazing, and I cried a lot. But in
Seems
a good
right.
way. Yeah. Because it backs up to Revenge of the Sith. The events are happening at the same time. And at a certain point in the second to last episode, you can literally hear the fall of Anakin Skywalker. and so like Ahsoka hears it happen.
Mm.
Like it's kind of in the Force. Like she knows something's
Mm-hmm.
not right. And it's like, oh man, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, they even do like the same music in areas so you know when things are happening. It's crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, I have to get back into that. I've
Yeah.
seen some of it, and then there was just a gap. Like we stopped using Netflix for a while, and then now we finally got Disney Plus. So I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I also have to finish Mando.
Ah,
I
you
have 2
do.
episodes left.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
I like don't want to finish it.
I know, I get it. Be prepared to like feel emotional about that too, but it's not
Great.
negative. It's not
Okay.
negative.
Okay. Yeah, I've got
Ah,
some catching up to do. It's like it's weird. It's like some of it's procrastination because I like don't want stuff to end and I
mm-hmm.
still have like new stuff to watch. So I'm like
Yeah.
taking forever.
Yeah.
But that's what's
Yeah.
on my list.
I feel you on the not wanting things to end situation.
Hmm.
I get it. But then I like have trouble not having an incomplete story, which is I think why The Rise of Skywalker
Mm-hmm.
pisses me off so bad, especially too.
It's like the most incomplete of incomplete stories.
There is no end.
There
What
really isn't.
what in the mother of God name just happened?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I said I wouldn't complain about that, but here I am. It's
Here
kind
we
of
are being bad.
it's kind of like a state of mind.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. I just think, yeah. Oh, so cool thing though, was that we just did that What the Force Fem Gaze Fest live
Mm-hmm.
stream, and that was pretty awesome to be a part of. Like,
Yeah,
really, really cool opportunity. Oh gosh,
it was dope.
do you hear Obi out there?
It's Obes.
Yeah, you guys, my dog's name is Obi-Wan. So he kind of looks like an old man with a beard.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. Hello, Obi. He's here now. Yeah, but anyway, that live stream was like the coolest thing to be a part of
Mm-hmm.
because there were some really, I mean, all of the guests were incredible. Um, like we had artists on there and other podcasters. Like one of my favorite podcasts, Sky Talkers was on there too, so that was really
Mm-hmm.
cool. It was like the most beautiful mashup of What the Force and Sky Talkers. I was living on a cloud, okay? That was awesome. Um and then they had just it was just amazing. If you guys want to watch that, you can go to the What the Force YouTube channel and find the link to that live stream. And you can also visit our Twitter page because maybe I'll do that right now. I'll pin that on our Twitter page.
Delightful.
Delightful. It was really cool, you guys. And I think
It was.
we're going to post our live performances to YouTube as well. Was possibly the plan. So
Mm-hmm.
we will get on that. Okay. Posting, pinning to my page. Wait. How do you do that? I'm a literal ding dong. Okay. Yeah, I've never pinned a tweet. Okay, I'll figure it out later. It'll happen, guys, I promise.
In tweet.
Yeah. It's okay. Maybe I'm a technology goob. I try.
No, you are not. If anyone's the technology goob, it's me. I'm just takes a little bit more effort for me.
You try. You created the Zoom link today. That is one step in a great direction, Megan.
Right? Thanks. I just have like never had to do it. Like for work, we Zoom all the time, but I never have to host the meetings. So
Yeah.
I just like,
I have to create them a
love.
lot. Okay,
Yeah, I bet.
Obi. I have to. This dog is driving me insane. Oh. So my husband is not home. He can't distract the dog.
Nope.
There you go.
He very lovingly entertained the dog for a good while we did our filming. It was very nice. It was very nice.
For 4 hours. And there
he
was
also
no
was
AC.
like really, yeah, there was no AC. That's true. It was, I mean, we're kind of used to that.
Yeah.
But do you ever like really get used to it?
No.
It's just not a great feeling.
No.
Because you're not like absolutely roasting, but it's like uncomfortable and you feel gross. But yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. And Matt was really awesome. He stayed very quiet for a very long time.
He did.
Finally, he came out and he was like, I need water. And we were like, you can get water.
I know.
But yes, he was very patient.
Yeah, he had a really good attitude.
Like very quiet.
Yes, we did. He had a really good attitude. And then Alec did a great job. Alec is Megan's husband. He did a great job mixing our sound for us so that video could be really sounding nice. So that was cool too. He did a really nice job for us. But yeah, that was just super cool. And there were a lot of people that had never heard us before, and they got to hear us there, and that was great. So
it was
hoopty-whoopty. It was nice. And then, oh gosh, yeah, I watched it, and then at the end of that stream, I absolutely felt empty and sad because everybody logged off. It was, someone commented on it and they were like, this is like a giant sleepover. And it totally felt like that.
It was.
Yeah, it was so special. And so when Ty and MC signed off at the end, I just felt so sad. And it felt like
getting home from camp.
Yeah. It totally felt like that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it felt like everyone was staying till the bitter end. So like at the end of the live stream, she actually played our song Awake Asleep at the end of it all. And people were still kind of chatting back and forth. And it felt like we were all waiting for the Titanic to go down. It was like, how much longer is this going to be playing out? So,
oh my gosh.
I know. Oh, okay. Can we pause for a second?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
All right, so I think, I'll just pick up from, it felt like the Titanic ship going down. Everyone's like, bye, I love you guys. In the chat.
See you later if you do get on a door.
The other most infuriating death in cinematic history.
They didn't even try to both fit on the door. I'm like, really? I'll never be over that.
I know.
They like tried one thing and she was like, aw, guess you don't fit.
Guess you have to die while you freeze.
I'm rich and you're poor, so it only makes sense.
Yeah. God. Ew.
That was really sad. But like, I feel like they really didn't, like Life or Death, they really didn't try hard enough.
No, not at all.
And that's like not the time to be a gentleman in the sense that he straight up was like, it's all good, I'll just die so that you can be on this door completely.
And then she can say, it's been 84 years.
When she throws the heart into the ocean, she goes, ah! Every time I watch that movie, I die.
I hope
it's like it takes all her strength to throw it off the side.
Rest in peace, anyone's ears who just heard me like bark laugh into the mic. I'm sorry.
And my wheeze laugh that is like so sharp, I bet, through the mic.
Oh
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh. That movie, I okay, so here's a funny story about me. When I was in preschool, I used to be the karaoke queen. And it was that song. For whatever reason, I was obsessed with My Heart Will Go On.
Okay.
And I would karaoke that song every day at preschool. And people like the women that worked there would ask me to sing it. They would like, I would get song requests. It was that one and Leaving on a Jet Plane. But
Yes.
I remember singing, and this is so funny. So, you guys, my parents forced me into competitive swimming for like the majority of my youth. Where when I was just like, I just want to do theater and sing. And like all throughout my youth, all I wanted to do, like being a little kid, all I did was perform. I loved dance, I loved singing, I loved all those things. No, sports. So both my parents are like big time sports people. Nobody, like neither of them are super musical or theatrical like at all. But I remember singing My Heart Will Go On in the grocery store when it came on over the grocery store radio.
Very good.
And
Very
some
good.
lady clapped for me in the other aisle. That's like one of my earliest memories. I felt so
Dude, that's
proud of
amazing.
myself. Felt so proud of myself.
I was so shy when I was little. That would never have happened. Only in front of my family. I like didn't do. I
Yeah.
like didn't even talk that much. Like there's a very iconic home video of me from our friend Maddie's probably first or second birthday, probably second birthday. Yeah. And I was like literally just sitting at this little picnic table by myself. And
Mhm.
whoever was filming was going around telling the other kids to hang out with me. None of them wanted to.
Go hang out with Megan.
Like no one would come sit with me. It's so pathetic. I'm just sitting and I could care less. I'm just sitting there
I
chilling.
love that story so much.
If I ever find it, I'll show it to you. It's really good. I had a chin length bob, but not the kind that's under your jawline, like cuts your cheeks a little bit. It was high and tight.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting
There
there.
are three types of haircuts, son.
Yep. Nobody would play with me. It's fine.
Oh my
But I was like so shy that obviously nobody thought I was any fun. But like I wouldn't be caught dead singing in public. I was
Yeah.
like so mortified for such a long time.
I was such a drama queen. I mean, it was bad.
I was like only like that at home. So like I could be like that around my family.
Yeah.
I would like come down the stairs and be a comedian.
Yeah.
I had these different characters and I would like dress a certain way and have accents. I was super into that. My parents were always like, you should be on SNL. Obviously, that
Oh,
was never my gig.
a lot in life.
Maybe I can be on it as a musician someday. But
Oh,
I
please.
never
Yes.
wanted to act. I tried drama a few times. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah. I loved doing that. But like my whole life, and I think as I've gotten older, like being an adult, it definitely changed. I used to have like I had no fear, no shame. Like I was just the
Mm-hmm.
most like out there kid. I think up until like mid high school I was like that. And then um let's be real, there was like a terrible terrible boy that totally ruined me. I mean, like
We
now
both had one of those
yeah, it was so bad.
because
I
we were
let
a
that
little insecure, I think.
yes, we were. And it's truly unfortunate because I look back on that now and it makes me so like I'm so angry that I let that happen to myself. That now I don't care. I'm totally out there again, but it
Same.
took a long time for me to get over that.
Yeah.
High school, was not a good time.
No.
The last few years of it anyway. I mean,
there were like some good parts. I
yeah,
would not go back. You couldn't pay me, I don't think.
no.
Or maybe you could and I could turn it around and be cool as shit. I don't know. Okay, what were you going to tell me? Matt called earlier and you were going to tell me something
Oh,
funny.
yeah. So this is on Twitter. So,
Okay.
um, like sometimes random, I don't know how this dude found me, but
Oh
this
gosh.
creepy old man, and I'm sure it's like a bot situation or something, but it's like, let me read you this
I'm
message.
scared.
Yeah, get ready. It's like not so bad, but
But like kind of bad.
yeah. And I'm just like, where did you get the impression that I wanted you to send me this?
Oh
Okay, hold
gosh.
up. Here it is.
Hmm.
Hello, beautiful. Do you have any credit card debt you'd love for me to pay off for you? Three question marks. It's like this picture of an
You
older.
love for me.
Yeah.
Let me
I
see the picture. I'm scared. Ew.
Okay, you guys, here's a description. It's just like an older man. It's like one of those sugar daddy dudes that's looking for a sugar baby.
Oh, dope. Dope.
Yeah, if you can look on his any truthful and trustworthy sugar baby who have any credit card debt you'd love for me to pay off for you, retweet and follow and DM. See, this is like total a bot, right? So
Follow. Oh,
look at all the so that he has all these
you love for me.
he has all these pictures of money and
Oh
like all of his
gosh.
money and then like screenshots of him talking to girls and paying off girls' debt and stuff.
Hello, any sugar babies.
Yeah.
So
And
what'd you say to him?
nothing
Okay.
because I I just didn't want I didn't want to engage. And so I have been asking for a Roomba for the last 700 years for my
Yes.
birthdays. Like since Matt and I got married, I've been asking
Yeah.
for Roomba, Roomba, Roomba.
Mm-hmm.
And so finally, this year, all the Roombas were on sale, but Matt didn't pounce on it quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I sent Matt that picture. I said, "Hey, we don't have to worry anymore. I found the answers to all of our problems." And then he and then he just responds and he goes, "Nice. Have him buy you a Roomba." And
You love for me to pay off?
I know.
Tweet him. I'd love for you to buy me a Roomba.
Yeah. Um,
Animal Crossing?
oh,
Did
okay.
you see the haunted mansion that guy made?
Yes, on Animal
Let's just get
Crossing.
this out of the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Disney haunted mansion that he built, like
Yes.
the ride queue and everything.
Yeah.
I'm
I
obsessed.
honestly I saw
I
that
stan.
I saw it on Twitter today. But
Hell
here's the
yeah.
deal. I'm kind of getting into like a rut on Animal Crossing right now. So, number one, I have to build. I have now, okay, backing, tracking, getting there.
I just want
All
to say I'm really behind. Thank you.
right. Well, here's my deal. Every day, Animal Crossing has become very social for me. This is my social time when I talk to my villagers.
Aww.
So every day I get on there because I'm like, I have to talk to my villagers. I don't want them to feel like I don't like them because I think after a while, if you don't talk to them enough, they like want to move away.
It's true.
And I have some really good ones right now that like I love them. I have really good villagers that aren't annoying or creepy. And
How many?
so
How many villagers do you have?
I only have four right now.
Yeah, I only have two.
I have a penguin named Cube, and he's kind of weird. Um, I have a wolf or a dog. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a wolf, and her name,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a fox. She's a blue fox, and her name is Sky. and she's very like Luna Lovegood.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my all-time favorite, a little pig named Agnes, and she is like
I have
my
her too.
I love Agnes. You know,
She's cute.
people are so jealous of Ag. Everybody wants Aggie. I love
Dude,
her.
is your Agnes like black with white spots?
Yeah, yeah.
Me
I love
too.
her so much.
That's
And
the
so
best.
with like the really fun eyelashes.
Yeah, she's so cute.
And she's like supposedly it's called a sister personality, and she's just very like straightforward and cute, and I love her. And then I
Mm-hmm. She's
have
great.
I have a koala named Layman.
Ours is a horse. Our other one's a horse named Buck.
Oh, that's awesome.
And my villagers' houses are way cooler than mine.
Oh, that's the way it still is for me too. Yeah.
It's because they're in the game all the time,
Well, I don't know. I think
isn't
they'd
it?
no, I think they automatically just get a cool house. Cause
Well,
oh no,
frick them.
you guys, I have a flamingo named Flora too. How could I forget about her?
Oh,
So do I
heck
have
yeah.
six? I think I have six. Wait, is that? I can't count. Okay, Sky,
I
Flora,
don't know.
Cube. No, I have five. I have five.
Nice.
And I love them, and they're all really good, and I don't really want to upset the equilibrium, so I have not built. They like ask you to build a campsite at a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
for people to come and like stay and camp on the island, because then they'll start building there too. But I don't want these freaking people to show up,
Yeah, who are these
so
people?
I don't know, and I don't want them to
They
come.
need to be
So
screened.
yeah, I don't want them to come around, and so I like have just kind of isolated us all. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's a bad thing, but now I have like a little dress shop and Nook's Cranny, which is like a store that's turned into like a really cute place.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like can't bring myself to expand yet. But my house is
Yeah.
now, I have four rooms in the house. I have a bathroom, I have a kitchen, I have a bedroom, and I have my main room. So I have a pretty,
Mm-hmm.
my house is pretty decent, and that's like all I care about are my people in my house.
I
And
feel
guess what?
that.
That sounds like me in life.
Yeah, no, that's me too. Like I'm like pretty behind in the game. Like we got it late and we only have one Switch in our house. So my husband and I are sharing it, which
Yeah.
is actually really fun. So we like, we'll either play it together and like take turns and just like watch each other, or we'll just play it at different times. Like sometimes I'll play it before bed, and his work schedule's a little more flexible, so sometimes he'll play it like during the day.
Mm.
But yeah, we kind of started late and we've been a little behind, but we do have a house. It's just one room.
I
And then
love
our
it.
museum is coming together, which is cool, but I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
played in the last like 2 days. I really need to play. It's been kind of crazy. So this is like beginning stages. I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but we're like considering maybe moving.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're like doing that too.
Yeah.
So I have not been playing Animal Crossing because I'm trying to figure out my real house.
Yeah. That's been
Me
that's been
too.
my life the last week. That, and then like trying to come up with like good meals to cook. And I
That's
freaking
tough.
I hate cooking. I hate it. It's hot, and it's like I love to bake. That's the thing. I love baking.
Too.
I'm really good at baking. Like I got some
Mm-hmm.
skills, but
You do.
I am not a queen at cooking dinner. I I hate it. And frankly, Matthew is a better cook than I am. Don't ever tell him I said that. And so he cooks some really good fire station meals. He also cooks some atrocious ones like sloppy nachos. Someone out there is going to be like, well, that sounds really good to me.
It sounds what
Basically.
I'm picturing is like a prison burrito where you like it's like a walking taco. You like make the stuff in the Cheeto bag or like the Dorito bag.
Oh, yeah. What do they get? Frito pie is what they call that in a really nice way.
That's a thing too. It just depends. I think it depends where you are. There's like a whole system to it, and you like make it you put most of the stuff in the chip bag, and I'm pretty sure you like throw it on the roof. Not kidding. And it like cooks in there. It's like a whole thing.
Wow.
It's kind of fascinating.
That's
Anyways,
amazing.
sloppy nachos.
Well, no, this sounds very like grossly similar, but so when Matt and I first got married, he was like wanting to make dinner a lot, which was great because I hate cooking. And he made sloppy nachos, sloppy joes, but like the kind that's like creepy burger sloppy joes on top of chips. And the sloppy nachos have ketchup and mustard in them.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh.
it was the grossest thing I ever ate.
Potato chips or tortilla chips? Tell me the truth.
Depends on what's in the house.
No. No.
Oh yeah, so that was supreme.
Are there pickles as jalapenos?
Oh my god, I can't.
Is it
remember.
garnish?
I think there wasn't anything spicy about it. It was just like weird, like it was. Oh god, I'm remembering it and gagging. But that was the weirdest meal. But now he cooks really well. He's awesome. The fire department has taught him well.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was nasty. But anyway, he's been cooking a lot. But I've been trying to do things. I only ever use my Instant Pot ever.
I want one of those.
I love it so much, but it's too hot. I hate cooking. It's too hot.
I've been having a hard time. I'm okay with cooking. Here's my thing. It's got to be the right setting. So, like, if the kitchen's messy, it stresses me out.
Oh, yeah, no way. Mm-mm.
Like, I got to have all the tools I may need. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's really nice. If the kitchen's clean, I just feel organized and I'm ready to go. And then it's also kind of my time to either, like, listen to a podcast or I'll, like, play a show on my phone. So it's, like, kind of chill time. So I'm okay with it, but I don't always love doing it. I wouldn't say that I like absolutely love to cook. I especially hate grocery shopping and like planning meals. Like I have a really hard time because I try not to make the same things all the time. And sometimes like planning the meals and making the list is so absolutely obnoxious to me.
We did want to kind of do a deep dive into one of our songs.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're just going to kind of run through over the next few shows that we do, we're just going to kind of run through all of our songs in order of when they were released. Mm-hmm. So, the first song that we're going to chat about is StarCrossed. Man, so we released that song in, it's 2018. It was 2018. Mm-hmm. Which is really crazy to think about that it's been a couple years.
Yeah, that is crazy. It kind of flew by.
I mean, think about where we were in Star Wars at that point. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I think The Last Jedi had been out for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that was just like such a magical time.
Dude, yeah, that was.
And I think that like that song really started off, and we've talked about this before in other formats, but it wasn't intended to be Reylo.
Mm-mm.
So like we just kind of like how we got into writing this type of music was um just kind of by chance. Um but I mean, obviously we were both like super into The Last Jedi and we loved it. So that was like seeping into every part of my life, and um it was definitely deep into yours too. Um but I started writing it about my husband and I and how like we met, and then
Mm-hmm.
The Reylo themes just kept coming.
Yeah.
And I brought it to you with like what, a verse and a chorus or something?
Yeah, I think you had one verse, and yeah, you definitely had
Mm-hmm.
the chorus, I think, already.
Yeah.
And then I think you already kind of had the melody too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we kind of wrote from there.
Yeah, because I showed it to you and I was in the back of my head, I was like, this is like, is this totally weird that I'm writing a song that sounds like a fandom piece? And I played it for you and you were like, is this about Reylo? You totally called me out.
I like immediately got the vibes.
Yeah, like you knew. And then I was like, well, um, maybe it could be.
That's not
Like,
a bad thing at all, though.
no,
And
no,
it was cool because it can, I think a lot of our songs, we talk about this a lot, but they can
yeah,
be, it's up for interpretation.
sure, yeah,
So if you
exactly.
know that we love Star Wars and that we're really inspired by that, you can totally pick that up.
Yeah.
If you don't, it still makes sense.
I really am interested in people's experience coming at it from the other end, because we really only like interact, have a lot of interaction with people that come at it from the Star Wars
Right.
lens. But
Mm-hmm.
we have 50,000 plays pretty much on StarCrossed, close to it on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I highly doubt that all of those are strictly from, I think a lot of them are, but
Yeah,
I doubt
I
that all
agree.
of them are. So I'd be
Mm-hmm.
really curious to see what that is. And same with like Rise and stuff. When those hit like Discover Weekly playlists and stuff, you know those people aren't coming at it from,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So
I know I'd love to hear how like someone else would interpret it maybe.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally would. So I think we'll start with the first verse, and then we can kind of talk about what that means to us.
Boy with the haunted eyes, lost in a lullaby, lonely rhythm. Grains in an hourglass, watching the planets pass their home. Far away reaches for him. This is where we begin.
For you, and this is interesting because I know even songs written by us can sometimes have different meaning for both of us. So, what does that mean for you?
I mean the whole theme through those movies, if you're looking at Kylo slash Ben, is that
Mm-hmm.
he's like constantly torn. It's pretty evident.
Yeah.
And he like goes back and forth. Like he says multiple times, the first time it happens with Han, I know what I need to do, but I
Yeah.
don't know if what does he say? I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's, I feel like we kind of got the lyric from that. And then his evolution, I guess, as a character is like opposite of Anakin's.
Mm-hmm.
So he like starts with a home and a loving family and feels betrayed and kind of moves away from that and then kind of wants to get back to that. So I guess that's like a home far away reaches for him. So like he kind of disowns his family and embraces the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this pull from like Han and Leia, but also Rey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess that's what I would say about that.
Yeah, that's to me when that was totally like where my head was at, was that like a lot of this is mostly Rey, where she's that home, like, and even, and what I love is that in the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker, it like talks about how their bond is like home. And so that is just like, I love, it's almost like a prediction, which is really fun.
Totally.
And then I think we both wanted it to feel very fairy tale when we were writing this song.
Yeah.
So that's why we have that "This is where we begin" in there. It's like, the beginning of the story. But then also that like grains in the hourglass, watching the planets pass, that's just kind of like the time is like passing, and he's, his life is going by. It's just like, that's the other one that like gets me real good, is in the Rise of Skywalker, it said like he had wasted his life in that book, which it kills me.
Girl with a sunny smile, she's been waiting for a while. Desert dreamer, longing just to be found. Will they ever come around? Stars gently reach through the hurt. He's been dreaming of her.
That was like, that obviously like she's waiting for her family. Longing just to be found, will they ever come around? Stars gently reach through the hurt. And I think we were kind of looking that as the force that are connecting she and Ben together, and giving them this like feeling ultimately that they're not alone.
Yeah. She also, like, I feel like that line a little bit stemmed from like, she was so resistant for such a long time to like follow her calling, because she was still expecting them to show up.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Will they ever come around? Right. Like, yeah. And then he's been dreaming of her. And what's so cool is that in the Charles Soule comic that came out pretty recently, in The Rise of Kylo Ren, when Ben Solo falls to the dark side, Rey feels it. And so that kind of, and then also like in the novelizations and stuff like that in The Force Awakens, that she says that she's seen him in a nightmare, in a daydream. So they've been, and then he's in her vision, and so like that's just the assumption, is that they've been dreaming of each other this whole time.
Show me a sign, she sighs to the night, while he's saying his goodbyes to the light. Just be patient, wait a while. Sky is waiting, starlit isle.
I guess this was just like, since it's kind of a narration, like back and forth, I think the chorus is kind of like where we bring the two characters together.
Yep.
Especially in the first chorus. Each chorus is the same, but I feel like the first chorus was like, here's who we're talking about, and they're related to each, like this whole pull the whole time between them.
Yeah. Not familially related.
They are not brother and sister.
They're
so I guess that's
twins.
like bringing it all together.
Yes. Yeah, and then the like, to me that like, obviously show me a sign, like she's wanting that family and that home, and she's like yearning for something, and like, what is that? And then
Right.
and that is like during that time when she's going through that, he's falling. He's like his whole, I mean, from the time he's a child up until he's like, I think it's 23 years old, he's dealing with this struggle, and he's, you know, slowly falling to the dark.
Yeah.
And then that just be patient, wait a while is like the story, the narrator telling them like, yeah, just wait it out because the sky is waiting, Starlit Isle, like you have more for you. And that Starlit Isle to me was kind of almost like not like their wedding, but like that they would meet each other, that their paths would cross, and that they would become one in that way.
Boy with the haunted eyes, you're slowly passing by, falling deeper. Dark swallows everything, he's finally giving in. A home far away reaches for him. Light is calling again.
Okay, no, this is my favorite verse. When you're going through a dark time, doesn't it feel like everything is extended? Like it takes so much longer.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So that year slowly passing by, it's just like the painful like passing of the years. And then you're just falling deeper and deeper into the dark. Dark swallows everything. He's finally giving in. That's when he finally lets go and says, okay, I'm going all out. I'm going to the dark side.
Full send.
Yeah, yep. And but still, even while that happens, he still has his other half out there, and that other part of him, Ray, and that light is still existing. And that's when light is calling again, because she's always there, that pull, and that light within himself too, that can never truly be extinguished. All right, next verse.
Girl with the sunny smile, she's gone a million miles, getting closer. She cries out to the wind, please don't give up again. Stars gently reach through the hurt. She's been dreaming of him.
Girl with the sunny smile, she's gone a million miles, getting closer. You wrote this one. That that verse was like, that little chunk was all you. We were so lost, and you like totally ran into that one. Then she cries out to the wind, please don't give up again. Stars gently reach through the hurt. So what does that mean to you?
So, I mean, I feel like that's mostly, I mean, there's multiple times once they start communicating, she's like begging him to change his mind.
Yeah.
And like trying to convince him that there's still light in him and he can still be redeemed, kind of. So I feel like that's kind of where that came from, I guess.
Yeah, and that was totally our prediction. Although, which was really frustrating, was in Tross at the beginning. She's like, "There's no light. He's gone." It's like, what happened to Ray? But that's if it had been good storytelling, that's she still would have had hope. If it had been,
sorry.
If it had been the Ray that we knew, there had still been hope. But truly, yeah, that was totally that. And then, like, I mean, all throughout The Last Jedi, there's still light in him. He's our only hope. You know, and just like she's been dreaming of him again, which is just like now they're connecting, and this is like legit. And then we have our chorus again, and then this is when it all comes together at the end.
Show me a sign. This is where you begin.
The boy with the haunted eyes, girl with the sunny smile, pining for you. So like he finally has someone who wants him, like for who he is, and believes in him and loves him. Reach out and touch her hand, you'll finally feel again. So like, gosh, to me that is just like so powerful, because truly like she's besides his mama, Ray is like the only thing that can, and I mean truly even his own mother really like wasn't able to pull him back the way Ray was. And so reach out and touch her hand, you'll finally feel again. A home far away reaches for you. So there she is, reaching out her hand to him. And then this is where you begin. And instead of this is where we begin at the beginning of the story, it's like talking directly to him. And her too. And I just like, I really like this song because I think it has a lot of hope. And even though I think we talk about this all the time, like people are always like, your music is so sad. And we write sad songs about space, but I feel like we always have this like hope in our music.
Yeah.
That's really important to us. Yeah. Because in general, I think we might be melancholy people in some ways. But there is just always this underlying hope. But please, like, if you have other interpretations of our lyrics, that's awesome, and you should keep them. Like, that's what I think about. That's why I've always been hesitant to kind of like come out and talk about every little detail, like what we were writing about, what our minds were like. Because I mean, clearly, like even like we were just talking, Megan and I even have different interpretations or feels of what's happening in parts of the song. And I think that's the beauty of music, is that you can really take any song and turn it into your own. Yeah. So if you interpret something differently than what we just said, awesome. And I'd really like to hear what you have to say, because maybe I like your interpretation better.
Yeah, I'd love to hear how other people interpret it.
Yeah.
And Star Wars or not, too.
Yeah, exactly. Truly. If you like relate it to a different part of your life, yeah, please tell us, because that's always really cool to hear.
For sure.
Yeah. So I thought it was really exciting. So when we first put this out, and like, let's talk a little bit about the production of it too, because I think that was really important. So we had a few inspirations that we had like definitely wanted pieces of in our song. But like production wise, what's your favorite part of this song?
Ooh, that's hard. Well, I think the harmonies rip.
I do too.
I would say the other thing that like comes to my mind immediately, not to be the bass player that points out the bass, but in the chorus, the kind of the second part of the chorus, the first line, when it says just be patient, wait a while, we decided to put a low E there. The whole bass line we play a low G, so it just hits a little different there. And it almost kind of grounds it, but it kind of like pulls you out of it for a second and puts emphasis on that part. And I think that's really cool. I feel like that's something fun that I always notice that like gets me in the feels a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick though, because I feel like there are a lot of like little dynamic things we added that definitely brought it together. But I honestly think that the melody is really powerful for this one.
Yeah. It's
kind of, even if we didn't have a lot of, which I don't think we have, I think we have just the right amount of stuff going on, but I think the melody is like really special on this one.
Yeah, I agree. And there have been a few, I'm like, there was someone on the live stream, I think, or maybe in a comment. I can't remember who said it, but they said that it felt like an anthem, and I thought that was really cool because
That's
yeah,
sick.
that was neat. That was really neat to hear from someone that thought that. But
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite part is and this is what we wanted all along, was that rise and then the sucking of like all the sound getting collected. And that was like very much like the force connection sound. And I mean, we were super inspired by the soundscape that was in The Last Jedi, and like that part of them connecting was pretty huge. And so that it happens on that chorus right before the last chorus, right before the end of the song, when we finally have them touching hands. But that's like the you're not alone, neither are you moment.
Yeah.
And I just I love that part. It makes
that part's sick. It's kind of like all this, not that the song sounds chaotic, but it's like all this chaos that they've dealt with.
Yeah.
Like in their kind of just mentally in their own brains.
Yeah.
Kind of like finally washes out when they connect, which I think is sick.
Yes, everything ceases and it's just them. And then we display that in the music too, where it's literally just the voices and the ukulele at the end. And throughout the whole song, especially then leading up to it, is this huge like cacophony of sound. Like it's growing and it's like just this where's my word?
Tension?
It's this tension, right? And you're feeling, like you can really feel it in that song. Is just the interplay between all the instruments, and how even the ukulele, there's like a little bit of guitar in there that's kind of adding into like an arpeggiation that's just kind of like starting to build things, and the bass starts getting deeper, and it's just things are hitting harder, and then everything sucks in and it's just soft voices and the uke. And that was really important to us, was creating that intimate environment in that part of the song, and kind of like connecting that to their connection. I think it's pretty cool. We're really lucky. We have Megan's husband does all of our production, and he is very talented at what he does, and also lets us have our own free reign too, which is really nice. Obi is dreaming right now. I don't know if you can hear him barking in his sleep and growling. Oh, he's so cute. Oh. I woke him up. Darn it. He's so cute. Little baby boy. Anyway.
I love that song. After we put it out, we were like, will we top this song?
Yeah, we were saying for a long time that song remained undefeated in plays, in engagement. I mean, I think we really were afraid that we would never do any better than that song. And I mean, not gonna lie, I think it slaps.
It does. It really slaps.
I'm really proud of that song. But when Rise finally started, when Rise really started rising, that was super exciting. And having people listen that way and put us on playlists, and it was really cool.
That was lit.
So kind of like a little segue into music that inspires us. So, of course, as musicians, we're constantly listening to music. That's like a big part of our lives. What have you been listening to this past week? Anything cool, new?
So, I recently started listening to Benny more. I think I sent you one of her songs. Her recent songs kind of blew up on TikTok, and they're really fun.
Yeah.
And she has a really pretty kind of lower register voice. I like her stuff a lot. And then I've also been obsessed, I don't know if I sent you this one, with Back Pocket by Wolfpack.
You have not sent me that.
It rips hard. I've also been learning the bass line. It's a super fun song. Ooh. They're really good. Have you ever listened to them?
No, I need to listen to them.
I kind of discovered them pretty recently. I've listened to them like randomly in the past, but I kind of like rediscovered and actually like started listening to more of their stuff. But that song especially, I love it. The harmonies rip. The vocals are fun. The bass is really fun. So I've been liking that song a lot. And then I've also been listening to a lot of Doja Cat. Before the world ended, I got to see her live, and it was very cool. It was fun because
I love live shows.
I feel like I'm more of like a recent fan of hers. I kind of also discovered her on TikTok probably like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And she's very talented. Her songs are really good. Like, her writing is really fun and very honest. And I also just like her presence on, like, social media. I feel like she's just very real and, like, goofy.
Yeah.
And she just, like, doesn't care. You know what I mean? She's not, like, a try-hard, I guess.
Yeah.
I like her style a lot. She's just, like, very cool. She, like, streams all the time. And so I kind of fell in love with her from watching that kind of stuff and liking her music. So it was really cool to see her perform because she's, like, totally blowing up.
Yeah.
And this was, like, still a slightly smaller show in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to kind of see her, like, on the up and up before. Because the next time I see her, we'll probably be in a stadium.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun to be, like,
That's
up
really
close
cool.
and watch her perform.
And
she was amazing live. You never know how people are going to be live.
Oh, yeah.
She's really good. So that's always fun.
Where did you go for the show?
I don't know. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was in a sketchy area.
Like a trash pit?
Yes.
Nice. Those are the best.
At a Jack in the Box.
Oh, I know where you were.
It was, what's the venue called? It's kind of by GC. It's like, what direction would that be? West of GCU?
Yeah, I know where it is.
It's like behind the train tracks a little bit.
Yeah.
What's it freaking called? Oh.
I know exactly where you're talking.
Inside, it's just the area is interesting. The inside of the venue is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm not ripping them because no one knows what it's called. But if I could give them a tip on how to set up the bar, holy shit. They have like, so you walk in and there's like a large area. There's like really nice VIP booths on like the sidewall kind of raised up. And they had like a station, kind of like an easier to access, just like different types of beer and water that you could get. And then the main bar is huge and it's kind of like in the middle of the venue. So there's like the stage and then there's a VIP section also like in front of the bar. So you kind of like walk in front of the stage in between that and the VIP area. And then there's like another side where people can go to the bar on that side. And here's the other thing. The bathroom is next to the stage.
Oh,
so you have to go through an entire crowd of people to that other like left side, the VIP and other side of the bar is. You have to go to that area to get to the bathroom. So you have to like climb through the crowd. It's at the front of the venue instead of being in the back, if that makes sense.
No, not a good choice.
But like the bar, you can just go on either side of it, and they had like, I think 2 lines. So the lines were like a mile long on each side. Like it was like kind of towards the end of the show. And I was like, I'd have a beer. So we got in line to get a beer. Oh my gosh. We like half of the show, we were in line.
Ugh.
It was just not efficient.
No, that's not good.
But what do I know?
Yeah, we don't run venues.
No, but it just seemed.
It seemed like it could have been
Alec
better.
and I were like, what was the logic here?
Yeah.
Tell me what you've been listening to. Me fangirling over Doja Cat for too long.
No, please. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I've just been like, I get very stuck on a song, like, and I will listen to it over and 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 over again. So I have been listening, and I mean it ain't anything new, but I have just been like obsessing over Sarah by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah.
And like, okay, number one, Stevie Nicks is my girl.
Mm-hmm.
But number two, this song rips. The bass
Yeah,
line,
it does.
although I will say the bass line, I think is exactly, or if not very close to the same as the bass line in Dreams.
I agree.
So I think it is. I feel like they were maybe trying to jump on the fact that everybody loved Dreams. Or we've done this before where we've written songs like with a melody and then you like discard the words, the lyrics, and then you write new ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost wonder if it was like a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's super funny, but I love that song. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, that song is really good.
So I've been listening to that a lot. And then also like I've been having a resurgence of love for Thorns by Low Moon. Then no one can love you the same.
Yeah, that song's good.
That one, I don't know. I've been kind of like on a replay of old songs that I really liked kicked. And then Spiral by Y Oak, I'm obsessed with again.
Oh, yeah.
Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
That song rips.
I'm going through like it's a total like just replay of all my old faves that I'm obsessing over again. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
Nice.
And yeah, man, Spiral is so good.
Yeah, that song.
If you haven't listened to it, go look it up.
Yeah,
because it is so good. Yeah, that's what's been inspiring me lately again. And then, have you been writing lately?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I need to.
I've been.
I'll be honest.
Been having a lot of writer's block.
Dude, me too.
I think, yeah, it really is. It was just so weird because usually when I have less to do and I am a lot more creative, but the last few weeks, I don't know what's happened. It's just been kind of like a really hard, no creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I'll think I have something and then it sucks.
So write it down anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I totally do. And then I keep it for a little bit. Well, like that one, I gave you that one little chunk that could be something, but again, it's literally 2 lines. It's 2 lines and a melody.
Because maybe I can come up with something. That's the hard thing for me too, is like I feel like it is hard when you like, not always, but a lot of the time when you like sit down and like try to write something.
Yep.
We've talked about this before. It works better if you've at least had like a random, it can be a very vague idea, but if it like randomly comes to you, a lot of the times it happens for us in the bathroom for some reason.
Yeah.
Like shower thoughts or bathroom thoughts.
Or pee-pee
we'll like
thoughts.
have pee-pee thoughts. We'll have a random idea and then it's definitely easier when you can go off of that. I find when I have like no ideas and I sit down and I'm like, I'm going to write right now. It's more difficult.
Well, and I think it's been really hard too because we're away from each other. And I think we kind of get a lot of inspiration from bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yep.
Like it's crazy how your writer's block can be broken just by a single like word or two from another person. So
that's so true.
Yeah, so that's been kind of weird, but we're kind of slowly but surely reintegrating with each other. This is part of our livelihood as well, so we kind of have to
Yeah, definitely
keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been hard to write lately. But anyway, so if you guys enjoyed hearing about the kind of like the musical analysis today, or just like any of our random topics, let us know. And we're still getting the hang of this, so
yeah,
thanks for being patient while we figure out kind of like what our niche is here, because we don't even know what it is yet. So
yeah.
If you have any questions for us, submit to the Patreon or send us a direct message on Twitter or Instagram, and we would happily answer some things on our next podcast.
Yes.
In fact, maybe we'll make that a little like quiz option on Twitter and Instagram for people to ask questions.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
And we're MissThis on all of those.
Yeah. So, oh gosh. I just realized. It's
pretty easy.
Yeah. We are at MissThis on all of our, or MissThis band.
Band on Instagram.
So all one word, MissThis band on Instagram, Twitter, even on Facebook, but we don't do anything there.
And then Patreon's just MissThis, right?
Yeah, Patreon is MissThis, and you can find the links to all of our stuff, Spotify, Patreon, our TeePublic shop. All those things are on our link tree, which is linked into our Instagram page and also our Twitter. So you can find us or find anything there too. Speaking of like streaming platforms, we are on all streaming platforms, but primarily most of our traffic comes from Spotify. Yeah. So people that are on Spotify, I think this is a really great feature. Make sure that you are following our page because number one, that actually boosts our visibility for playlists and things like that on Spotify. And it also helps you to know when we have an upcoming release or a release that we just put out, or any shows in your area, because when this all straightens out, we do have plans to get out there and start playing, and think it'll start kind of in the U.S. Western states, but that would definitely, that's where we'll be starting out. So keep your eyes peeled for that too. And then we do plan on possibly doing a couple more virtual concerts. And we will post our songs that we played on What the Force and the Fem Gaze Fest onto YouTube. So that will be there too.
Yeah.
Any last words, Megan?
Thanks.
Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, truly. And we just kind of want you to feel like, I mean, this is just a conversation between two friends, and we just figured, hey, let's, record it. So, I hope you feel like you can kind of like join in with us while we're talking. And yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for supporting us and listening to us, and you're much appreciated.
Yes.
We do have a new song called Moonlight that is coming out eventually. We're hoping within the next month. And make sure that you're staying up to date with those things too. So follow us on social media, follow us on Spotify, add us to your Apple, whatever you do, wherever you listen, add us.
Yeah.
Yay. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Don't push me away, just pull me in again. I want you to stay, get under my skin. Don't push me away, just pull me in again. so